you may notice that there are survey forms on your tables. There's also survey forms at the back OG analytical table. We want your feedback. We want to make this a fun, educational event for you. And we want to know how we're doing. We want to know what we can do to improve. We want to know what you want to hear about. What do you want to learn about? If you have ideas for speakers or presentations, tell us about that. If there's things that we can do to improve, let us know. Take a moment before you go, before the night is over, to fill out one of those survey forms just so that we can make sure we're doing the best we can up here for you. Our agenda for the evening is fairly full. We're going to start with our pub trivia, as always, and then we'll do our legislative update. Typically, I reserve this legislative update for Emerald Trade Alliance, but we do have a couple of really important new testing rules that are coming out next month. And so I'm going to take a brief moment to share those with you before I turn it over to Emerald Trade Alliance. And then we're going to open it up to our guest speakers for the evening. We have Ashley Priest-Sackett from Cascadia Labs, and Women Grow is here to share information with us on her experience, as well as Lindsay Jacobson, who is the Executive Director of Women Leaders in Cannabis. Women Leaders in Cannabis is our local women's cannabis industry group, and Women Leaders in Cannabis actually has a table here tonight. If you want more information on this organization, please stop by the table, grab some info, talk to the ladies there. We just got fantastic new shirts, so if you see one of those beautiful shirts, talk to one of those ladies. And then we're going to do our industry update. If you're a grower, you're probably already familiar with this issue, but we had a recent discovery just about a week and a half ago about a very, very popular, supposedly safe organic pesticide that is very, very effective. Turns out to have a nasty toxic compound in it that is regulated by the EPA. We've been getting a lot of questions about this issue, and so we wanted to address that issue for you tonight, try to get those questions answered. And Constant Gardener is doing a recall on that product. The product name is Guardian, and that's going to be at the end. We'll get to that toward the end of tonight. And then we'll do our Dispensary Next drawing. Somebody's going to be walking away with 2 tickets to that conference for next week, so good luck. And then we'll close it up for some networking. So at this point, I'd like to invite Erica Winters from Oregon's Constant Gardener, our hostess for trivia tonight, to come on up and lead our trivia.
Thank you, Bethany, and thank you everyone for coming out tonight. I'm very honored to lead this portion of trivia, Women in Cannabis. Not only does the medicine from this amazing plant come from the female, but women themselves have been the keepers of sacred plant knowledge for thousands and thousands of years. Tonight, Oregon's Constant Gardener will be sponsoring the trivia prizes, so we're all going to be competing for this shirt with the molecule here in the left. I have both women's and men's sizes available at the booth, so if you're a winner, please go to our center booth there and pick your size. So our first trivia question. Name one mythological figure or goddess that has been associated with cannabis throughout history. Let's do hands, and I'll call, I heard right up front. Shiva has been associated with cannabis, absolutely. I'm going to do 2 for this because I heard an eager hand in the back. But Stephanie, please go ahead and grab your t-shirt size from our booth there. And the hand in the back? Kali? Absolutely, yes. Kali, the Hindu mother goddess, the destroyer of the ego. I'll share just a few more here with you. So back in Egypt, Seshat was the Egyptian goddess of wisdom, knowledge, and creativity. One of our aforementioned answers here, Kali or Kali Ma, the Hindu goddess, mother of life and death, destroyer of the ego. Up in Norway, Freya, the Norse goddess of love, fertility, and beauty, has also long been associated with the cannabis plant. And one of my personal favorites, Magu, the Chinese hemp deity, also called the hemp damsel, directly translates to Ma, cannabis sativa, and gu, made. And all of these goddesses or deities have long been associated with both the celebration of, and consuming cannabis has been a huge part of honoring these goddesses throughout history. Next up, Madeline Martinez is the executive director for which cannabis legalization organization? And we'll do hands. In the back in blue?
Oaksterdam University. Oaksterdam University.
I'm sorry, no. Another hand right up front? She is the proprietor of the Cannabis Cafe, absolutely, and she is also associated with a cannabis legalization organization. I'll take 2 prize winners for this. You win a shirt. Feel free to come up to our booth and pick your size. And right up front. You got it, Normal. Yeah, she is actually the executive director for the Oregon branch of Normal, and they boast one of the highest member counts throughout the nation. Please feel free to pick out a shirt in your size at our booth. Oh, in addition, also mention worthy, she was the co-chief petitioner of the Oregon Cannabis Tax Act, an amazing woman for cannabis advocacy. Why do women's bodies store THC longer than men's? I see a hand right there. Exactly. So women have a significantly higher body fat content than men. At average weights, women have 25% body fat, while men have 15%. And it's a known fact that THC accumulates in fat cells. Please retrieve your prize. What contemporary female rock star leads the charge as both a cannabis activist and a cannabis owner? Right up front. Absolutely. You guys are doing amazing tonight. This is exciting. I'm so glad that everybody is so familiar with the women in our industry. This is exciting. Melissa Etheridge, she also recently appeared on the cover of Dope magazine. She speaks out in favor of legalization after her own bout with breast cancer and her own medicinal experiences with this amazing plant. She also makes and sells a private reserve cannabis-infused wine sold in California. Please retrieve your prize at your convenience. Next up, what famous female anthropologist testified about the benefits of cannabis in front of Congress back in the 60s? One of the most famous female anthropologists of all time. Absolutely. Very nice. Please pick your t-shirt. And last up, and most relevant to tonight's topic, please name 2 trade organizations that specifically aim to empower women in the cannabis industry. Right there. I heard Women Grow. And do you have one more for me? Pardon? Wait a minute. Okay, and is that, do you know the branch affiliation? Is that a local? Okay, I'm not familiar with that one. Does anybody else familiar with Women in Cannabis as an organization? Okay, no worries. You're very, very close. Just a couple of words off. So I'm looking for 2. 2 trade organizations right there. Oh. Yes, I've got Women Leaders in Cannabis, Women Grow, and what was the other? Normal. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Please select a prize. I did want to go over their mission statements real briefly here. So Women Grow originated in Denver, Colorado, created to connect, educate, inspire, and empower the next generation of cannabis industry leaders by creating programs, community, and events for aspiring and current business executives. Locally, right here in Eugene, Oregon, Women Leaders in Cannabis, whose mission is to unite women in the cannabis industry who possess and display profound leadership characteristics. We facilitate the growth and success of our members by providing a stimulating environment where ideas can be shared, culminated, and celebrated. Through philanthropy, we strengthen our business members and our community. And I'm very proud to be a member myself. So thank you so much for playing Cannabis Science Pub Trivia. I'm very impressed with the level of knowledge here in this room on women in cannabis. Thank you.